Basically, Pumpernickel has 3 lines of greeting cards. We have the everyday, birthday, and occasional cards that are single counter cards. And then we have our boxed Christmas cards. And then we have box notes. And today we're going to go over the everyday line. And the everyday line, this is the catalog. The everyday line technically has 3 sub lines within the everyday line. We have the standard non-coastal, we have coastal, and then we have inspirational. So that's kind of how you can look at that. So first thing we're going to do is just kind of look at the everyday deluxe cards. They're our first cards. They're our most popular cards. They're the ones that we sell the best, and they have the best margins. So those are the ones that we always want to push. The everyday deluxe. Those are $2 a card or $12 a pack. The everyday cards, as you know, come in packs of 6. Let's talk first about our year-round incentive that is at all times, that any time that you use a credit card, you get what we call our pay-on-ship incentive, 10% off what the cost is for the cards. And this is full priced cards only, has nothing to do with fixtures and nothing to do with freight. So it's only on our full price cards. Our sale cards are not discounted. So to give you an example, our deluxe cards, if you kind of open up your catalog, we'll look at those first. So the deluxe cards being $2 each, if you use a credit card, you get them for $1.80. And that's actually a great price, because the one benefit that we have with our greeting cards is they're not pre-priced. Okay, so there's no price on the back. There is a UPC code, which then the stores can scan, but there's no price. These cards we recommend to sell at $4.99. So a $4.99 card usually in the industry sells for $2.50, but ours are $2. And then if you use a credit card, you're getting them for $1.80. So you're getting a 65% margin on selling these at $4.99. And every time you sell a card, you get $3.19 if you buy them with a credit card at $1.80 and sell them for $4.99. And that's a great deal. And there's no reason why these cards should be any less than $4.99. We always want our cards to be at least $4.99. So if you go out there, you have any one of those customers of yours that are selling them for less than $4.99, you want to bring them to $4.99. A lot of people years ago started at $3.99 and they stayed at $3.99, and they shouldn't be selling our cards at $3.99. I have a card here I just picked up for $3.99. This card retails for $3.99. Okay, I don't want to cut the card down or the company, but all it is a flimsy piece of paper, and it's not even the size of our cards, and this retails for $3.99. So this is what's out there in the industry at $3.99. It's pretty much a slap in our face if they're selling our cards at $3.99. Somebody might say to you, well, I sell them great at $3.99. I don't want to raise the price. You sell them great at $4.99. And people that have gone from $3.99 in the last couple of years to $4.99, and I've talked them into it, or the rep has talked them into it, they have said it hasn't missed a beat. People will still come in, they'll buy multiple cards, they buy them all day long because they know the value of this card. So the deluxe card is our best card. It should be sold at least at $4.99. We have lots of stores that sell it at $5.99, but $4.99 is the sweet spot. So those are the deluxe, and then we have our petite size cards, which I have right here. These should retail at $2.99. They cost $1.25 each, or $7.50 a pack of 6. And they, with the credit card, they end up being $1.12.5 or $6.75 a pack. So that's what these are. The petite are a great line. I don't want to say that this should be sold and this shouldn't, because this does great in the store. But this is our key line. This is what you want to lead in with. And then this is really a complementary line. This was developed with the same production processes, the same quality, the same paper, everything, but for two reasons. One, to give another price point, and for the people that love Pumpernickel to have a fun little card that they can get as well, that they're great for thank yous, great for blanks. It's for those customers that already know the quality of Pumpernickel, and it gives them another price point. But it's also for the stores that say, I don't like big cards, I don't want big cards, so they never bought Pumpernickel, and now maybe you can get into that store with a petite size card. So that's what the petite size, it's a good complement, perfect to get like a 72 pocket fixture and then bring in a 64 pocket of these, or bring in a counter fixture of these. Perfect for Pumpernickel. So those are the petites. Now the everyday leads off into the catalog. It'll be all everyday first, and then we'll get into the petites. But when you look at the catalog, you want to look at a couple things. There's color codes, because some of our cards are available as another occasion. And so to show in the catalog, when you start out here with birthday, like on page 3, you start out with the birthday, you're going to be looking at birthday, and when you see that little square box with a 20 in there, that means it's also available as something else on page 20. So blue represents birthday. We're in the birthday section, so that means it's going to be an inspirational birthday card, because the inspirational birthdays are on page 20 and in the back. If you take a look at maybe down here in the bottom left hand corner, Railbirds 80365, that has a green 43. Green represents blank, so that's also available as a blank card, and you can find that on page 43. So when you look at the color keys, you're going to have smiley faces, mean that it's a humorous card, or at least gives you a smile. We don't have the hearty har humor, we have more of a smile humor. The red dots are new cards. Anything with a red dot is new. And then the square boxes will tell you what other occasion it is and where you can find it. The orange box, if you go to page 4, you'll see some orange boxes. The orange means it's available as an occasion, and then that's where you'll find it on that page. So the top cardinal one says 33, so if you shoot over to page 33, you're going to see that that's the anniversary wedding, and that's where you'll find the cardinal design. So that's kind of how you follow along in the catalog with the key. The cross, if you look on the color key, which is located on page 4, that cross represents a scripture card. So what that scripture means is there's scripture included. There is a greeting, but then scripture is included along with that greeting in the card. So that's the Everyday Deluxe. It starts out with birthday, it then goes to birthday inspiration, and then it gets into the occasion, which starts on page 24, starts with sympathy. Now the occasion cards are going to have the same occasion scriptures at the bottom of each category. So if you look at page 26, you've got the deluxe sympathy inspiration. It starts on 24 sympathy, and then it ends with the inspirational ones on page 26, and then it goes to coping healing. And so coping healing inspiration will be at the tail end of those. So you're going through with your occasions, and once you get through the occasions, you'll get to the blanks. And the blanks begin on page 43. We added a lot of blanks this year. We've had call for, hey, we want some more deluxe cards that are blank. We hadn't really added hardly any of those in the last few years, so we added a lot of blanks this year. And it's the same thing when you're looking at the blank. You'll see, like if you look at the top one, Garden Ducks, you'll see that card has a blue 12, which means it's also available as a birthday, and you'll be able to find that on channel 12. Oh, sorry, page 12, I mean. So, that's the blanks on page 43 and 44, and then we get to the petites. Now, the petites are a little bit different in the sense that, of course, they're a smaller card, but the way you look at it in the catalog, the petites are if it's also available as a scripture verse, it's going to be underneath the first greeting, which is the standard version. Okay? And so one thing you can remember with the petites, there's 7. They start with 7. The ones that are non-scripture will be even. So when you start out with birthday, you'll have the 7-6 number is going to be the birthday, 7-6 standard, not scripture. But if you look at let's go to page 47, top right, tug of war 76171. That means that's the non-scripture version, and then underneath it, the cross 75171 means that's the scripture version. So when you're looking at the petites, you're looking at whether it's available as a scripture or non-scripture. If there's nothing but the standard one, then that's all that it's available. There may be even a couple in here, I think there are, that are only available as a scripture. They're not available as a standard. So when you get to the occasions, which begin on 49, you'll see that they are either a 7-3 number, which is the scripture, or a 7-4 number, which is the non-scripture. Non-scripture will always be at the top. Scripture will be underneath. If there's nothing but one version, it'll only show the one version. That's how you look at the petites, and then you go to page 54. And 54 are the 53. 53 starts the petite blank packs, and they go on to page 54. And these are the packs of 6. They're blank. Now, this one's a little different. The 7-9 number is the non-scripture. The 7-8 underneath it is the scripture, and all that's on that card is just a scripture, because these are blank cards. So the blank version, nothing. The version that's a scripture only has a scripture, and that's it. So far, so good? All right. So then on page 55, we start with the petite blank box notes, and those come in 9s. They're $6 a box, 9 cards, 9 envelopes, $6 a box. Minimums are 4 on those. We added several new designs this year. They're shown on page 55 and 56. Manufacturer suggested retail price anywhere from $12 to $14 on those. And those do really well. We added this year for the first time some deluxe size blank box notes. They're on the back of the catalog. We can shoot back there now. They're very similar to our box Christmas in a sense that they're 16 cards, 17 envelopes a box. They're blank cards. There is going to be a little corner label. We don't have them in yet. They're coming in next week on the truck. There's a little corner label at the front on the top that'll say blank box deluxe cards, so it's kind of a call out that these aren't Christmas cards, and letting them know that they're blank. And then on the back, on the label, real big, it'll say blank, no inside greeting. So that'll be what separates us on those. Those are also $10 a box, and suggested retail is $20, and the minimums are 4 on those. Then we get to the list pads. We've added a lot of list pads this year, especially in the coastal. Our coastal line is so good that we've been really trying to beef up the coastal in every area. So the magnet back list pads are a great little product that has done wonderful for us. The minimums on those are 4. They wholesale for $3. and standard retails $5.99, $6.99. So you can see these on pages 57 through 61, and those are the list pads. We also have a list pad fixture that is different from last year, but I'm not going to talk about the fixtures on this. I'm just going to go over the cards. Fixtures are going to be another little training thing that we're going to do. So the one thing I do want to say is you should keep your fast facts with you at all times, because that's a quick little reference for the prices of the cards, the minimums, the pay on ship incentive is right there. For greeting cards with our programs, our fixture programs, we do offer a guarantee, and so we have a credit policy on those. So we'll go over those when we go over the fixtures. But for right now, that's our everyday. There you go.